Welcome to Tops Tactical and Other Cool Stuff. Today, just for Josh, I'm going to go through my, what I call get home bag. There's all kinds of names for this stuff. It's a bug out bag, it's a get home bag, it's a 3-day bag, it's a SHTF bag, whatever you want to call it. But this bag I call a get home bag. Its sole purpose is to get me back to the house. Now, the way things roll with me, my plan is to carry enough resources on my body to get me to my truck. My truck has this bag. This bag has enough stuff to get me home. And as a general rule of thumb, I plan for about 3 days. But I want this video to be short, so I'm going to get busy with it. The pack is nothing fancy about the pack. You don't have to have a $150, $200 pack. Alright, I think this was like 26 bucks. Came from Midway. I don't remember who made it. But let's dive into it. Right here on the top there's a little zipper pouch that kind of holds just whatever. And in there I have some 550 cord, just a short piece of it. I have a piece of nylon webbing, which I don't remember why I put that in there, but it's in there. And then I have a handful of good old John Waynes. And the reason I have a handful of them is I think they came 10 to a pack. I gave some away. And I still got a half a dozen P38 John Wayne can openers. Over here on this pouch, I have two 26 round magazines for either the Glock 30, the Glock 21, the Glock 41, or the Banshee. And then I have a box of 50 rounds of ammo in here, just in case. And then that appears to be it in that bag. Now, people always talk about ammo. Alright, I walk around, I've probably got, depending on the situation, maybe 40 rounds on my person. If I'm carrying my 21 and all 3 magazines, I've got 40 rounds. 40 rounds to get me to my truck, there's another 50 there. Now, half of you out there are saying, wow, that's a lot of ammo. Well, for that half of the population, I have never talked to anybody after a gunfight who complained about having too much ammo. So, I don't think there's such a thing as too much ammo. For the other half of the population that says that's not enough ammo, I figure that if I live long enough to get through 90 rounds of ammunition and I run out, there ought to be plenty of dead bodies laying there that I can take their guns and ammunition. So anyway, that's that pouch. Down below it is what I call my trauma kit. I've got it on the outside because when time comes and I need to get to it, I want to be able to get to it. So this isn't my boo-boo bag. In here is the leftovers of an old Marine Corps infantry first aid kit. There's a whole list of stuff that's in here. There's 2 compression bandages, a tourniquet, gauze, quick clot hemostatic agent, which I'm not a big fan of, at least not that kind. Over here is some water gel, and we've got some iodine tablets, some betadine, some different bandages and gauzes and things like that. And that's it for over there. Let's swing around to this side, and then we'll get into the middle of it. Over here on this side is my fire kit. I've got some cotton cosmetic pads, I guess you call them, that are soaked in wax. That way I can get a fire started with that if need be. I also have a Ziploc baggie that's got a Duraflame fire start in it, some waterproof matches. I've got some tea candles. There's another thing of matches and a fire starter. One of those Bear Grylls, I guess was his name, I can't remember. Anyway, Gerber made it. There is nothing better for you psychologically than the ability to build a fire. So, bottom line, I've got the ability to build a fire covered. Like I say, I can do it as old school as we want, other than the stick and friction thing. Not down with that. And worst case scenario, I got a fire log that's guaranteed to start. Alright, carabiners. I've got probably 6 beaners on the front of this. I like carabiners. Do I need 6 of them? Don't know, but I'll have 6. Pouch up here, we start out with my combat application tourniquet. Now this is stuff that I want to be able to get to pretty quickly. You know, something that I think I'm going to access all the time, or when I do need it, I'm going to need it like right now. We can throw in another cotton roll compression bandage. Empty Ziploc bag. I'll have to figure out what was in there. I've got a water filtration system by Katadyn. You simply fill this bottle up by taking this off. Fill your bottle up, stick that in there, tighten her up, and then you squeeze water through the filtration. Good to go. Doesn't do anything for the taste, but it gets all the bacteria and the microbials out of it. Hat light. I am a fan of lights. I want to have flashlights. After the hat light, next thing down here is a Gerber multi-tool. I've had this thing since 2003 probably. Yeah, it is 2003. A friend of mine sent it to me when I was over in Iraq for Operation Iraqi Freedom. Had it ever since. Probably still got some Saudi Arabian dust on it. And that's it. I mentioned carabiners. I think I've got a total of 6 on here. Actually, I got 7 carabiners. I like carabiners. This pouch here, we have more 550 cord. You cannot have enough cordage in my world. I've got just some general purpose, kind of keep my hands clean gloves in there. There's 3 or 4 pair of them. The very important paper, because I don't like using leaves. Hey, look, another thing of 550 cord. Did I mention I like cordage? You gotta have cordage. Got a pack of AA batteries. Flashlight. It works. Life's good. And here's another flashlight. It works, but not as well. Life's still good. And I've got an extra folding knife, because you can just never have enough knives. Knives are cool. Knives are good for all kinds of things. Now, we'll get that up out of the way and let's dive off into this pouch. This pouch is pretty simple. In here is my poncho. Just a plain old government issue poncho from years ago. Now, you can't underestimate being comfortable, alright? It's good to be hard to be smart, alright? I want to stay dry, and I want to have the ability to get warm. On the front here, I've got a little 2-quart canteen, and that wraps it up for the front of the pack. Before I dive inside, the back of this pack has got the straps that are adjustable. Got a bunch of MOLLE weave down the front so you can hang more gear on it. And it's got a pretty good waist strap to help give you a lot of support. Now, this bag loaded up when I put it on the scale was 34 pounds. I think that even at my age and my lack of fitness, I can still pack a 34-pound pack fairly easy, I think. So far, I haven't had any trouble with it. Alright, let's zip open this main compartment and see what we get into here. First thing out the top, got a roll of duct tape. Duct tape is great. And I hope y'all appreciate this, because I'm just throwing this in a big pile. I might have to figure out see if I can remember where everything goes. Okay, in here I have a limb saw. Now you can find some really fancy stuff out there. I believe I bought this probably in the middle of the, probably early 90s at Walmart. I think it probably cost me $3 or $4, made by Gerber. And it is the greatest thing to come along since sliced cheese. That thing is awesome. It has been through more tree limbs, more deer, whatever you can think of. Pair of pruners, just for cutting stuff, gathering tinder and things like that for a fire. Down here we have some wet wipes. I don't know why, but my wife said she wanted wet wipes in here, so I put wet wipes in here. I've got a couple chem lights, and I've got some trash bags, several trash bags here that are great for waterproofing your gear and help keep you warm. If you've got nothing better to do, you take this big old trash bag, you poke a hole in the middle, you poke a hole in the sides, and put it over you like a poncho. It's a great barrier to keep the heat in and the water out. Now the front side of this pack you can't really see, but everything came out of these two compartments right here. Inside here, the next thing we're going to find is a set of camouflage utilities. I figure when the going gets tough, if I've got to bail out and I'm on foot, I'm going to be in the woods. So I've got me a change of clothes so that I can blend into that environment if need be. If it's still an urban kind of deal, then I'm just trucking with what I'm wearing. Little hygiene kit here. Got some more clean wipes, some gum, toothbrush and toothpaste. Set of red field binoculars. That way I can peep out what's ahead of me. Got a little camp lantern, and it actually still works. This shouldn't be in there. That was a leftover from a camping trip. My son wanted to go camping in like February. I think it got down to 19 degrees, 20 degrees along through there. That's the last time I went camping. Next I have a belt. Goes with the trousers over here. This is a little emergency shelter kit. I've got a roll of electrical tape in case I need to fix the electric somewhere while I'm out there. And here's a little survival blanket in case I don't want to break out the whole shelter. Got a tarp here. This is a 12 by 20 tarp that I can use to make a field expedient shelter. And waterproofing, just all kinds of stuff. I think it's a good piece of gear we oftentimes overlook. I also have my camp axe. This is made by Schrade, I believe it is. Yep. Can't remember what it is, but it wasn't really too stupid expensive. If it was, well, I wouldn't have bought it. But it's got a pretty nice case that I can usually get snapped most of the time. There we go. So it stays with me. It's pretty handy. Imagine that. It's more cordage. Cordage and tape, you can never have enough. Then I've got some weapons cleaning gear down here, because you have got to keep your weapons clean and ready to go. In the back side here, I have a little grill to put over a fire so that I can cook on. This right here is my Marine Corps K-bar. This thing has went everywhere with me since probably 1988 or 89. It's got many deployments behind it, and I do hope that whenever my time comes, that this will be put in the coffin with me. So I want to take my K-bar. I love my K-bar. What else we got down in here? Holy mackerel, I think that's it. Yep, we're out of pockets, out of pouches, out of gear. Now, everybody and their brother is going to tell me, hey, what about this? Hey, what about that? You forgot this, you forgot that. As a matter of fact, I did forget something. There's a whole pouch right here because I'm sitting there wondering where my GPS is. I've got this little pouch right here. That's my boo-boo first aid kit for when I get a hangnail or a splinter. In here is a little spork. Actually, it's two sporks for eating dinner. Right here's another set of utensils because I'm sure that somebody who was with me is going to forget theirs. What we got on down in here? Down in there is nothing. Over here, I've got another pack of AA batteries, because what good are flashlights with no batteries? That pouch is empty. Here is the GPS that I talked about, and I've got it dummy corded to my pack. All right, I am not going to lose that. Got a pen to write with. And then here there should be some note-taking gear. There is. My wet weather field notebook. Bear Griggs Priorities of Survival. Little handy book to have. And the instruction book for my Ketadine water filter, which the instructions are pretty simple. Fill the bottle, squeeze it out. Now, everybody's going to say, hey, you forgot this, forgot that. Yes, I know. All right, I do not have a compass in this bag. My compass is down there with my hunting stuff. I haven't thrown it back in there yet. That's pretty much what I carry and why I carry it. Yes, it's a lot of weight. I think it all serves a purpose. And if you got ideas about trimming stuff off, throw a comment down there. Let me know what you'd get rid of. Let me know what you'd add. And I have a challenge for you. This is my little cook stove kit. I don't have room for it. So I want you guys to throw some comments up there. Tell me what I need to get rid of on the table so that I can get this into the bag. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Josh, this one's for you. If it's your first time to our page, do me a favor, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell. And as always, whether you like it or not, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. It makes me feel good about myself, and I can work on my self-esteem, because if you ask anybody, they'll know that, you know, I need to work on my self-esteem. Anyway, I hope you guys have a safe day. Shoot straight, shoot safe, and train often. And now I can find the button to stop the recording. Bye-bye.